down third base. What a catch! What a catch!
And you can kiss that one goodbye. That's a 2-run bomb. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
The tag is made! Play it home! Shot to right center field, that's got a chance! That ball is long gone!
Good evening and welcome to the Gulf Coast Sports Network. Thank you for joining us for our free live coverage tonight for our crosstown rivalry game between the Nature Coast Sharks and the Springstead Eagles. Alongside Jason Cephas, I'm Will Wilkie, and we'll be bringing you the call for tonight's ball game. Jason, both teams are looking to bounce back tonight in the win column, while Springstead has had some unconventional time off lately.
Yes, thank you, Will, and welcome everyone to tonight's broadcast. You're right about that, Will. Both teams have rainouts last week, but Springstead also had an unexpected game cancellation last week against Pasco. So the Eagles are well rested, and the moment coming back 11th day since they had their last game, while the Sharks will be playing their third game in the last 5 days.
Certainly a tale of two teams tonight, Jason. How about giving us a quick rundown on both squads?
Okay, let's get started with Nature Coach. Coach Jug Olstall led his team into tonight with a 6-3 record on the season. Offensively, the Sharks are led by their senior trio, Kenzie Eglin, Zoe Garcia, and Ashley Sitter, as well as rising sophomore Caitlin Corrigan. All 4 players will need to be on their games against the top-notch pitching of the Eagles if they want to bring home the victory tonight, Will. In the circle, the Sharks have a youth movement going, as their 2 pitchers of the season are both talented freshmen, Cam Ross and Izzy Miller, and they will both be facing a talented Eagle lineup from the top to the bottom. And speaking of the high-flying Eagles, Coach Craig Swadow and the Eagles crew are off to a fast and impressive 4-1 start to the season, and they have done an excellent balance of clinch pitching and balance of offense attack with are ready for this, Will? 9 batters holding a season average of 500.
Wow.
Springstead is also getting the job done in the circle. This year's sister group, Ava and Olivia Miller, are the dynamic duo working 3 complete games between them so far and a combined ERA of just 3.4. Between the potent offense and the clutching pitching, the Eagles will be looking to defend the nest and bring home victory number 5 tonight, Will.
Thank you, Jason, for the rundowns on both squads. We really can't wait for this game tonight. It really should be a great one. A great evening of softball action awaits. It's a great time to hit that subscribe button now. Toss a like our way as well. We'll have the Divinity Med Spa starting lineup. We're actually going to go to that right now as we got a little bit of a late start tonight. So here comes the Divinity Med Spa starting lineup.
The Divinity Med Spa starting lineup.
First for the visiting Sharks of Nature Coast. Batting first, playing right field, Ashlyn Sentner. Batting second, playing center field, Kenzie Eland. Batting third, playing first base, Caitlin Corrigan. Batting fourth, behind the plate, Gianna Villari. Batting fifth, playing shortstop, Carly Anselmo. Batting sixth, playing second base, Haley Keene. Batting seventh, and in the circle, Cameron Ross. Batting eighth, playing left field, Zoe Garcia. And batting ninth, designated player, Lily Noguez. And getting the start at third base tonight will be Maddie D. Petrillo. And the head coach is Jug Olmstead. And now for the home team, Springstead Eagles. Batting first behind the plate, Rachel Rivera. Batting second, playing third base, Ava Miller. Batting third, playing second base, Liberty Savarese. Batting fourth, in the circle, Olivia Miller. Batting fifth, playing center field, Sarah Tipton. Batting sixth, playing shortstop, Alexis Adelman. Batting seventh, playing right field, Haley Brown. Batting eighth, playing first base, Gabby McInerney. And batting ninth in left field, Victoria Ortega. And the Eagles are coached by Craig Swartout. And we're off and running. Ashlyn Sentner to lead things off for the Sharks. And she'll take that first pitch. What was the ruling on that one, Jason?
That looks like a foul ball.
Fouled that one off for strike one. And we're underway. So a little bit of a rush there, but Ready to play some softball, Jason?
Yeah, we're here. It's a beautiful night tonight here at Eagles Nest.
Miller with the 1-0, bunts that one fouled away off the bat of Sentner. Quickly 0-2. So the Sharks trying to get started with some small ball. We'll run through that Eagle defensive set for you in just a moment. Miller up in the count 0-2 on Sentner. And Joe Alper called ball outside. So let's run through that defensive set for you, starting with the battery. Miller in the circle, Rivera behind the plate. Miller at third, Adelman at short, Savarese at second, McInerney at first. Get the outfield in just a second. That one gets fouled away. So Sentner continues to battle. Down in the count 1-2. Now with the Eagle outfield, Ortega in left, Tipton in center, and Brown in right field. We got the wind blowing in tonight, in from left center field. You got a drop third situation, throw down to first will be in time. So Miller will record the strikeout, out number one in the books. That'll bring up the starting center fielder, Kenzie Eland.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say, that sun right now coming off that left field, it can be crucial for these left-handed batters.
Yeah, we probably still have about another 40 minutes of sunlight at least. A beautiful bunt down that third base line, gobbled up by Miller, fires over to McInerney. But a bobble on the catch was the ruling, and Eland beats it out.
Yeah, it looks like the ball hit the dirt real quick. She tried to scoop it up, and it bobbled in the glove. Umpire's right there.
That's going to put a runner on first with one out in the inning. Now for the starting first baseman, Caitlin Corrigan. Sharks going to try to have an advantage with that runner on with one out in the inning. Miller and the Eagles trying to turn that double play ball. Corrigan shows bunt. Misses the zone. Sure are glad that you're joining us here tonight on the Gulf Coast Sports Network. We've got a special treat for you. Regional sports writer Andy Villamarzo will join us in the third inning to give us a rundown of all the content that he's working on in the region.
Runner goes. She's good. She's safe.
Eland makes it in on the stolen base. So that puts a runner in scoring position now for Springstead. That last pitch missed the zone. Two 2-0 count on Corrigan. Sentner in second after the steal. Or Eland at second, rather. Miller battles back and gets the strike call. Looks like those Eagle defenders are shading for a pull a little bit. There's a big gap in right center field.
Well, and Caitlin Corrigan's going to hit it there. There it is.
And there it goes, right center field. Into the gap, wheeling around is Eland. She's going to score. RBI single for Caitlin Corrigan. And Nature Coast is on the board first, 1-0.
Yeah, well, you called that hole right there, and like I said, Caitlin knows how to find it.
RBI single for Corrigan now brings up Gianna Villari. She's going to show bunt as well, drawing that Eagle defense. Infield is in slightly. Oh, grounder. That's going to get through into right. Might be a play at first. Good hustle by Brown and right, but there's no play to be had. So back-to-back singles. And the Sharks have something cooking here on the top of the first, Jason.
Yeah, well, it seems like they're getting out in the bats. They're showing bunts to pull that infield up, and then they just swing it back and head for the fences.
That's going to bring up the number 5 batter, starting shortstop Carly Anselmo. The Eagles would love either a strikeout or a double play ball to get out of the inning here, but Nature Coast trying to get a big inning going. And the first pitch offering from Miller, that'll miss low for ball one.
Yeah, well, one thing I noticed, the coaches from Nature Coast is right up in the batters, letting them know how to hit it, where to hit it. He sees something here that he likes at the Eagles' nest.
And that's going to be called on the inside, half outside of the zone. So again, 2-0. Miller's trying to establish those corners early, but the Sharks are showing some discipline tonight. Miller able to connect there. Able to swing through that Miller fastball. She battles back to work it even. And it's almost going to have to take that two-strike approach to keep this at bat alive. Would be a critical out for the Eagles if Miller's able to get it done.
There it is.
Popped up and out of play.
Yeah, it looks like, Will, the Sharks have the timing of the pitcher, but again, she's throwing him in there with some velocity.
That's right, Jason. And while the counts have been worked, I mean, these pitches aren't missing by much. So, and that'll be strike three for out number 2 of the inning. Big strikeout for the Eagles. Gives them a little bit of breathing room here.
Yeah, it's definitely a quick breath of fresh air, Will. I feel like now they're going to start setting in, and maybe she can see the zone that she wants.
It's going to bring up Haley Keene getting the start at second tonight for Nature Coast. Again, 1 run is crossed, 2 remain on after back-to-back singles for Nature Coast. Miller with the strike. And that'll miss low.
Well, the ball squeaks through right there, but Mrs. Rivera gets up quick to make sure that nothing hurts.
And the 0-1. Or rather, that was 1-1. Miller again ahead in the count, 1-2.
Yeah, well, Keene knows what she's doing up there. She knows how to play this game, so we'll see if she can come through.
And that'll be strike 3. Miller battles back, but not before Nature Coast strikes first. And they get on the board first, which is going to take us to the bottom of the first inning. 1 run on 2 hits for Nature Coast. The Eagles get their chance the next time coming up. Don't go anywhere. You're watching high school softball on the Gulf Coast Sports Network.
One of the reasons we've been so successful at Divinity Med Spa is because we understand what people are looking for. They want to look rested, refreshed, good for their age. We can accomplish this by treatments such as Botox, filler, lasers, and an array of facials, all by a team of trusted experts. This is Divinity, Hernando County's only locally owned and operated med spa. Come see us. We can't wait to meet you.
So we're back to live action here at Springstead High School. Going to the home half of the first. Nature Coast able to take advantage of their early opportunities A walk and 2 singles, net a single run for them. And here come the Eagles, Jason.
Well, they're a good coach for Nature Coast, and they know what they want to do, and they will what they want to have done. So now to see the Eagles come out, let's see their firepower in the bats, and hopefully they make a charge.
While we have a quick moment, we're going to run through the defensive set for the Sharks. Starting with the battery, we've got Ross in the circle, Villari behind the plate, Deep Petrillo at third, and Selmo at short. Keene at second base tonight, Corrigan at first, Garcia in left field, Eland in center, and Sentner in right field. Leading things off for the Eagles is going to be Rachel Rivera. Rivera looks in, takes the off-speed pitch on the outside corner for called strike one. Ross winds and offers. It's going to be fouled straight back. A quick 0-2 count.
Will,
Rivera.
one thing you can see on the field, that sun is beaming on that home plate. So these girls have to make the adjustment with their brows quick.
That's right. You can see that with our left field camera. Unfortunately, not much we can do about it now. We've got a few more minutes before it kind of goes behind those trees over there. That'll improve our picture a little bit. But you're right. For those batters, I mean, you're battling the pitches and the sun. Off-speed pitch fouled away again. Good battle by Rivera. Rivera, the starting catcher for Springstead. Unconventional in the traditional sense of catching, as Rivera's got a lot of speed. And big reason why they put her in that leadoff position.
Yeah, she's able to have some solid hits this year that get her on base quickly.
Off speed again, down over to third. Deep Petrillo up with it. Fires to Corrigan at first, 5-3. Will record out number one on the ground out. Good contact by Rivera, but Deep Petrillo.
Yeah, routine, Will. I mean, she picked that right off the ground, off the clay, and threw it right over to Coton Corrigan, who's used to doing that.
One out in the inning now brings up starting third baseman Ava Miller. Ross winds and offers. Looked like a bunt attempt, but she pulled it back for ball one. And to be honest, fans, we're kind of fighting that sunlight ourselves right now. Doing our best to try to see the pitches, but we're going to get some relief here soon also, as we have to be set off on the first base side.
Fouled away. Yeah, Will, we're going to see a lot of battles today. These girls are familiar. These programs are familiar. And when you have that type of chemistry on the field, it turns out to be a good game for us all.
Couldn't agree more. It's one of those core hometown rivalry games that you love to see, where a lot of these girls are friends off the diamond, but for the next 7 innings, it's going to be winner take all.
Yeah, these girls go to school together, they travel together, and now it's we'll see on the gridiron, as they say.
Miller continues the battle. She fouls that one away. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast tonight. Go ahead, hit that like button for us. Let us know you're enjoying the broadcast. But a little bit of inside softball, as it were. It actually also helps with the YouTube algorithm. Big reason why we do this is we want to give these young ladies the opportunities to be seen and have those opportunities at the next level, possibly play in college. And so the more viewership these videos have, the better it is for them. So go ahead, hit that like button. Anybody who just searches for softball, the more likes a video has, the more likely it is to be seen and recommended on those feeds. So we do appreciate that. Miller fouls that one away.
Well, one thing I'm noticing is the infield are giving some different types of cadence and codes to see to get in and get out. It looks like they really know this team.
Yeah, you can see the corners and the left side of the infield are in, whereas Keene at second's playing at standard depth. So you're right. They seem to have this scouted. Miller again fouls it away. Great at bat for Miller.
Yeah, this is quite the setup. The catcher behind is really making sure that Cam is working those corners on that plate to see if they can try to sneak a strike past her. Umpire's doing a fantastic job.
And the 2-2 offering from Ross. Again fouled away. Great job by Miller. Can't stress that enough whenever you have that 2 strikes on you that you're just defending the plate until you get the pitch that you like. She's doing that textbook right now.
Well, you're exactly right. For those who don't realize, the term's called a battle. And these girls are going to be battling all day for these hits. It's not going to come easy, Will.
Off-speed pitch. Miller pops it up, and Selmo's going to call for it and make the grab. And that's going to bring 2 up, 2 down. Now for the third batter, starting second baseman, Liberty Savarese. Going to try to get a 2-out rally going for Springstead. Savarese is that senior leader on this squad. Off speed out of the zone.
Yeah, well, one thing I noticed watching her bat, she has a really loaded up swing, and it all really resonates from her legs power. Watch her when she swings, she lets it loose.
She does have a dinger on the season, so certainly has the power to go with it, just like you said. Ross gets that call on the outer half to run the count even. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Nature Coast with a 1-0 lead in the home half of the first, coming to you live tonight from Springstead High School in Spring Hill, Florida. It's a beautiful day today here in the Nature Coast region, right off the central Gulf Coast of Florida. Upper 70-degree temperatures, low 70s now. We got that nice breeze off the Gulf. I don't know why you'd want to be anywhere else.
Spring break capital of the world, it seems like now.
We've got a hitter's count now for Savarese, 3-1. Ross has got to be careful with what she brings here. Savarese would love either a walk or an opportunity to drive one.
Yeah, well, it looks like the pitch call's coming from the dugout, so we'll see what coaches got lined up for this hit.
Off speed away will be ball 4. Savarese will trot down to first and take her base. One out, or 2 out, 1 on for cleanup hitter Olivia Miller, who gets the start in the circle tonight, so she's going to try to help her own cause here. Tied for the team lead in RBIs. Looked like a changeup there from Ross.
Looks like Ross comes right at her. These girls know each other to a T.
And the 1-0 offering. Change up again. Drop it in that bozo bucket there, Jason.
Wow, I tell you what, Easter's coming, but that was a sweet egg if I could see it. What an outstanding pitch.
So Ross quickly ahead 0-2. Miller will be looking to protect. Good discipline there to hold off on the high fastball.
Yeah, well, it looks like she wanted her maybe to have her chase that high ball, but she's staying away. She's a disciplined batter.
Fouled out of play, first base side, and we'll do it again. We talked about a pitcher's duel, Jason. Both pitchers had 21 pitches thrown here so far here in the first.
Yeah, Will, I don't know if they can hear it at home, but everyone is communicating about what's to do next.
Hard hit up the middle. That's going to get through to center field. A big-time single by Olivia Miller. And here come the Eagles.
Yeah, Will, we talked about that earlier. That's that dynamic balance with hitting and defensive play.
And here comes Springstead. They've got their runner in scoring position now with 2 outs for Sarah Tipton.
So the umpire's calling time, asking for a switch and run for the pitcher. That's common practice in softball. Want to put in somebody to run for the pitcher to eliminate the injuries of any kind of contact with the pitchers.
That's right, and it looks like it's Mackenzie Nestor who comes in, the freshman. So Nestor on first, Savarese on second. After replacing Miller from the hard single up the middle. Foul tip that one.
You know, Will, you brought up the freshman class. Both these teams have an outstanding freshman class to load up for these teams. It's like they're just reloading.
That's right. We got a lot of talent in the pipeline in Hernando County, and it's really excited to see it come to fruition. We've had solid teams in the past, not to say that we haven't, but you can really see that these teams are going to be major powerhouses in the years to come.
Yeah, well, and really the credits to a lot of the younger programs out there, making sure these have feeder programs for the high school. Well, Will, the grace of the skies have helped, and the sun is now deep behind the trees going to sleep.
Yes, sir. That's the view we have right now, and we can actually see the game a little bit, so that's good news. Hitters count for Tipton, and she'll take ball 4, so the discipline for the Eagles have paid off, and we've got bases loaded.
Looks like
yeah, there's going to be a quick conversation in the circle, and we're going to take a quick check-in with one of our sponsors.
Reasons we've been so successful at Divinity Med Spa is because we understand what people are looking for. They want to look good for their age. We can accomplish this by treatments such as Botox, filler, lasers, and an array of facials. Hernando County's only locally owned and operated med spa. Come see us.
Okay, so the conference concludes in the circle, and big opportunity for Springstead here, Jason.
Yeah, I wonder what was going on in that hull. It looks like the coach from the Nature Coast has something brewed up. We'll see.
That's going to bring up Alexis Adelman. Bases loaded, 2 outs for Springstead. Ross and company going to try to shut this down for Nature Coast.
Looks like the outfield has shifted.
Yeah, shading a little bit for a pull ball. That one gets fouled away. Quickly 0-2. So Adelman's going to have to battle.
Yeah, that off-speed pitch is really at the right timing. She's throwing it. Let's see if she can connect and make something happen for the Eagles here.
The wind looks to be shifting as well now, almost coming in exclusively from left field, so we'll see if that has any impact. Also picking up just a tad. Each time that the batters have gone down 0-2, Ross tries to get them to chase something outside of the zone, but the discipline has been there since batter 1 for Springstead.
And there it is. There's that pitch low and away. They can't not seem to stay away from that pitch.
And a big-time strikeout for Ross leaves the bases loaded for the Eagles. They strand 3, a run on 2 hits for Nature Coast, no runs on a hit for Springstead. We got high school action on Gulf Coast Sports Network.
Welcome to the Clubhouse, Tampa Bay's premier baseball and softball training facility. Our 11,000 square foot training facility features rentable cages and bullpen lanes, along with the newest technology such as HitTrax and Rapsodo, baseball and softball pitching machines, full gym, and plyo area, all to keep you at the top of your game. We also have a fully stocked baseball and softball pro shop carrying the biggest brands such as Marucci, Rawlings, Easton, DeMarini, Wilson, and many more. If you're in need of training, we also have the area's top professional instructors offering hitting, pitching, fielding, and strength instruction for both baseball and softball players. From youth to professional athletes, the clubhouse has you covered. We are conveniently located 1 mile east of the Suncoast Parkway on Spring Hill Drive. Stop in and check us out.
Right, I think I've seen it before every now and then.
We moved to the second inning. We've got a lot of action going. Nature Coast jumped on the board first, and then Springstead came roaring back, had a bases loaded situation, but the Sharks were able to get out of it. But I have a feeling that's going to be the type of game it is tonight. The team that can get their most opportunities and cash them in, they're probably going to walk home with the victory tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a single run or maybe two at the most.
Yeah, it's going to be down to the wire. They got their freshman stud coming in now, Cam Ross, and behind her is going to be Zoe Zarkia as their senior batter. So it's going to be interesting this inning. Maybe something pops off.
So leading off the inning is going to be Cameron Ross. Miller winds in, delivers. Fastball outside of the zone for ball one.
Well, one thing I've noticed, these girls played each other since middle school ball. A lot of these girls out there. So they've seen pitches here and there, and now that they're grown, it's going to be interesting.
And to your point earlier, we've got a lot of great youth programs in the area, too. A lot of these girls are teammates, either in the local Hernando circuit or on travel ball teams. So it's great that they get that exposure early and they get to build up and really show off their skills here at the high school level.
Indeed, agree.
Grounder up the middle, snared by Miller, makes the toss to McInerney.
Routine.
That's right, 1-3 to get the ground out.
Well, we talked about earlier, defense is going to win a lot of these ball games. Offenses definitely contribute. But for right now, with these two, the caliber they are, the way they're coached, it's going to have to be a barn burner.
One out in the inning now for Zoe Garcia.
Nothing's going to come easy.
Garcia getting the start in left field tonight. And she'll take the fastball low as she pulls back the bunt attempt.
Looks like the Eagles were on top of that bunt. Good idea, good decision by the batter to turn it loose, and now looks like they're having a small conference.
And we'll have a small conference as well. So the conference concludes, and we're back. Garcia count 1 ball, no strikes, fouls that one away. Scoreboard shows the 3-0 count, but we've got it 1-1 here, so I think we're correct.
Yes, I believe you're right. I think it looks like they're over there working on it now.
That's going to come in low.
Nobody on. That could have been dangerous.
Slap foul. Works the count even 2-2. Gonna be slapped away foul again. Good battle by Garcia.
Yeah, she's trying to catch up to that heat. I think she's got it, though. Two and two count.
Fair ball. Corralled by Miller, but must have thought that it was in foul territory. There was no throw on the play.
Well, again, lefty batter with that speed, it's going to be really tough to catch on. And if you overthrow, now we're giving extra bases away.
Great point there. And she did have that great jump out of the box, too. So well done infield single. Now for Lily Noguez. She's going to show a bunt, a beautiful bunt right in front of the plate.
Well, she did her job, Will. She advanced the runner to second. No harm done.
That's right. The Sharks will take that sacrifice. And it also turns the lineup over. Now for Ashlyn Sentner. Slaps that one foul.
Will, I've noticed something from the Sharks. They're playing back when they're in their batting. Is that because of the speed and the velocity of the pitcher?
I believe so. And then you have some of these slap hitters, obviously, who need the room in the box.
Yeah.
So you start low and end high. Good defensive coverage there by Springstead. Sometimes it's not so much that you want to execute that bunt, you want to get them out of alignment to potentially steal that base, but Springstead was all over that one. And the 0-2, right back to Miller. Makes the toss to McInerney at first to get the out and end the inning. That's going to take us to the bottom of the second. A run on 3 hits for Nature Coast. The Eagles get their second try. Coming up next, you're watching the Gulf Coast Sports Network.
Preparing for that next step in life isn't always easy. At Nautilus Financial Group, our combination of experience, professionalism, and access to a wide variety of products and services to help meet all of your financial goals. For a new level of attention, insight, and capability, contact the trusted team at Nautilus Financial Group.
When you play football, you develop this mentality that, you know, you can withstand anything. You're Mr. Tough Guy. So years I had been battling. I was just excited to finally meet someone who knew what I was going through, who saw my pain, to think that in a matter of one treatment, and it got better and better as I began to get treatments throughout the month. You know, why would you deal with this pain for another day?
Oh, I just rechanged that by accident.
Oh, so we move to the home half. 7-8-9 due up for Springstead. That's going to be Brown, McInerney, and Ortega. Haley Brown to lead things off. Ross gets out ahead, catching that outside corner for called strike one. Thank you for all of you who are joining our chat room. As a reminder, if you're a subscriber to the Gulf Coast Sports Network, which is free, you can enter our chat room, send some shout outs to your favorite players, or just cheer on your team. All we ask is you keep it clean for us. Friendly banter is always welcomed and encouraged, but have some respect as well.
Yeah, please, these are high school players. Big swing by Brown.
But you can hit that subscribe button now if you haven't done so already, and you can just jump right into chat. It only takes about a minute for it to process. Send some likes our way as well. This is Jason's first broadcast with us, and we're really happy that he joined us here at GCSN. Keen to Corrigan to record the out. So send some likes his way. Let him know that he's doing a great job tonight.
Once again, thanks for having me.
One out in the inning. Now for first baseman Gabby McInerney. Big cut by McInerney.
Will, do you already see a sense of calm sitting in with the pitcher-catcher combo here for the Sharks?
Yeah, it certainly seems that they're starting to kind of hit a groove, so to speak. Ground ball over to Dee Petrillo at third. She's going to fire to first. A nice stretch by Corrigan, and she had to elevate on that one.
Yeah, she pulled that right out of the sky.
So 2 quick outs to the inning now for Victoria Ortega. She's going to try to get a 2-out rally going for the Eagles. She'll show bunt. Not able to connect as the Sharks crash from their respective positions.
Yeah, those two corners knew right away. As soon as she squared around, they were ready.
Fouls that one straight back. Quickly 0-2. Ortega's going to have to protect the remainder of the way. Ross and company looking for that punch-out pitch.
Call comes in from the dugout.
Ortega had a nice cut on that last one, just barely missed it.
0-2 pitch.
And that's going to be called strike 3.
Well,
And a quick ending to that inning, and it's going to take us to the third. Still 1-0 our score.
Well, Will, you called it. You talked about a heavyweight fight here. Two powerhouse teams coming to battle at the nest.
Certainly I'm an avid golfer, been, golf usually weekly, play a lot with my wife.
With the repetitive motion, as you know, with a lot of golfers, it's an unnatural motion that you put your body through.
After suffering for years with shoulder pain, Mike chose stem cell therapy as an alternative to surgery.
I'm just excited because patients that have been in pain for years that are now doing the things that they want to do, and Mike's just going to be adding to that list.
Call Aligned Integrative Medicine for exam and x-rays to see if you qualify for stem cell treatment.
More dialogue you can have in softball, baseball. Like, oh my, you can talk all day. We're basketball. You're like, it was like you're watching back and forth.
So we're back to live action here in the top of the third inning. Kenzie Eland to lead things off. She fouls that one straight back. So we're getting an alert from our transmitter here that our feed is starting to lose its signal a little bit. If you start to experience buffering, just go ahead and do us a favor. Hit that pause button, wait about 15 seconds before you hit play again. We're going to do our best. We might have to switch to our other transmitter. This happens every so often about this time. Not sure why. We're still transmitting, but you might just be getting a little bit of a buffer. Just hit that pause button. Again, 10 to 15 seconds, and then hit play, and that you should be good to go. If we continue to be in the red here, then we'll switch over to our backup. But just bear with us here for probably the next 5 minutes or so.
Well, there's a strikeout for the first batter for the Eagles. Maybe they got something coming.
So that's going to bring up Caitlin Corrigan now. 1 for 1 on the evening. She's got the lone RBI of the ball game. And again, at the half inning, we're going to bring in Andy Villamarzo. Andy's going to give us a quick rundown on what he's working on. Regional sports writer extraordinaire. He really does it all, and he's got great content on all of his platforms. You're going to want to be sure that you follow Andy. Doing content for SB Live, covering high school sports all over the state of Florida. And has a special focus within the Suncoast region, covering Citrus, Pasco. That was a rocket.
Right to the dugout. Look out, everybody. I'll tell you, Will, when Caitlin swings, she means it. So be heads up when she gets in there.
Count advances to 0-2. She's going to have to protect the remainder of the way. Miller looking for the punch-out pitch. Fastball high.
Yeah, Will, as a sophomore, she's not going to be fooled by that high rise to sit her down. She's going to definitely lock and load.
Bunt is shown. And again, high fastball away. Corrigan lays off to battle back, works the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out in the top of the third. Sharks clinging to a 1-0 advantage. Springstead had their chance to match in the home half of the first, but left the bases loaded. Off-speed pitch. Miller gets the strikeout.
There's that punch out.
And a big second out of the inning for Springstead. 2 out now for Gianna Villari. Going to try to get a 2-out rally going for Nature Coast. Miller's going to try to keep that momentum going for the Eagles. Fastball misses.
Big swing. Well, like we said for the Sharks, I feel the Eagles are now starting to lock in. I think she's starting to see her pitches and see what the umpire wants to see.
Fouled away out of play.
Boy, Will, these hitters are leaving the park in a hurry. If they get it connected to one, it's going to see you later, alligator.
That's right. Faster it goes in and the faster it goes out. And we've seen tonight, both these pitchers have great velocity.
Rivera behind the plate has to do her own work. She is up there and up and out getting these pitches.
Got 2s on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And it looks like that one got checked up.
Discipline behind the plate. She looked like she wanted it, Will, and she saw it not her way, so she held up on that swing.
So we show it as a full count here. Payoff pitch for Miller and Villari. And that'll be ball 4. Good discipline by Villari to draw the 2-out walk.
Will, looks like coach from the Eagles are trying to figure out what happened there, asking for a question.
Yeah, the scoreboard was showing a 2-2 count, but we had it full here. And as you mentioned before, the coaches are bringing in the pitch counts from the dugout. So obviously, if you knew the different counts, it might impact what pitch you're going to call in that situation. Carly and Selmo now up. Big cut. Miller gets it by. For our viewers in the chat room, if you could do us a quick favor and let us know if you're getting buffering or not, because our numbers are high, but we're saying that the transmission's not stable. If you could let us know, that would be great, and we'll make the appropriate adjustments that we can.
Runner goes, Will.
And Rivera down to second, guns him down for out number 3. A great play by Rachel Rivera.
Yeah, she saw that runner come from the peripheral, and she hopped right up and threw her out.
And that's going to take us to the bottom of the 3rd. We got ourselves a ball game. Don't go anywhere. You're watching high school softball on the Gulf Coast Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Softball. We can eye ahead to spring football.
We're back live here at Springstead High School. We got special guest Andy Villamarzo with us. Andy does it all, regional sports writer. And Andy, you got a lot going on this spring. We were talking before the game. Tell us about some of the big items that you're covering right now for SB Live.
Oof, I mean, it's all over the place. It's got baseball, obviously, softball going on here tonight, girls flag football all around the state. Keeping a little eye on spring football coming around on April 29th when that starts up with non-contact. And just finished up boys basketball. Actually was in Lakeland on Saturday night. Nice hit.
That was Rachel Rivera with getting things started here early on in the inning with a single to left. Leadoff runner aboard. It's going to bring up Ava Miller. Yeah, like you mentioned earlier, Andy, you got all these sports kind of converging at once. You got the end of the basketball season. You've got the heart of the baseball and softball season. And like you said, spring football right around the corner.
Yeah, and with the teams in the area, obviously Hernando County, you have your mainstays, Springstead, Nature Coast. Hernando seems like they're kind of starting to turn the corner a little bit. Weeki Wachee and Central, they're building. And then you got your Pasco County teams, the usual kind of contenders. So, yeah, I mean, a lot going on, and I see a lot of offers happening for a lot of kids. Exciting game here tonight, though, with between these two teams. Looking at their records, kind of just like the teams they faced, I really thought this was a good game in terms of just who's going to be the top team. I saw Hernando is 2-6 right now. They're trying to figure things out, so it seems like this is kind of like the battle for the top spot in Hernando County.
That's right. That was a great bunt right there by Ava Miller. And even better heads-up base running by Rachel Rivera. Puts runners on the corners now for Springstead. And you were talking before about these great matchups, Andy. We've got one here tonight. Only a single run separates these two squads, and here comes Springstead.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like down the stretch of this one run really. I mean, it could be the difference of just it could be like a 3-2 game. To me, it's got that feel like it's going to be one run. I mean, don't really want to say who has the ball last because it's not football, but I mean it's softball. Yeah, I mean at the bottom of the inning we know Springstead will have the last say. Um, but yeah, I mean both of these pitchers, both freshmen. I mean that's the impressive thing. Both of them.
Exactly.
I mean Miller averaged for 5 strikeouts right now, and Nature Coast pitcher really doing well. So I mean. Bright futures for both teams when you're looking at you could have 4-year varsity starters as pitchers.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier on in the telecast about how you're starting to see these pipelines now developing. I mean, obviously our focus is Hernando Pasco Citrus, but
Yeah.
you've got those core players who have started earlier on, and now we're seeing the culmination here in high school. And I know with all the coverage that you give all along the state, we just have great young athletes and programs that are really taking that next step and shows why Florida sports are so dominant.
Oh yeah, and on the softball level, I mean, people don't realize that the Tampa Bay area is one of the strongest, not just in the state, but I mean, for the entire state. When you're looking at it, it's one of the best regions in the country for softball. So I mean, they bring college softball down to Clearwater to play in like a big tournament. So that kind of is why there's an attraction for high school softball in this area. So I mean, Hernando and Pasco. I mean, they feature some of the best teams. So, and I know there's tournaments going on and everything, but we got some action here. Nope.
Yeah, big time play. That was Setner in right field. And they're able to keep Rivera at third. To your point, exactly right there, Andy. I mean, anywhere else that's scoring a run, but
Yeah, just I mean, you see the fundamental. I actually was kind of I saw Coach the Nature Coast. Yeah, he's been here forever. I mean, I remember when they faced golf like 10 years ago, and I was speaking to him after the game. So it's like the familiarity with the coach. I mean, that's huge because you don't see that in high school sports as much
Yeah.
these days. It seems like there's a revolving door at so many of the programs, but it speaks to the programs here when the coaches are here for, I mean, over a decade. The familiarity, parents know like what they're getting in terms of like where their daughter or son is going to go to, and these two teams. I mean, you get some of the best softball on the North Suncoast.
exactly right. It kind of goes back to you're building programs as opposed to teams, and it really is great to see that core fundamentals that are being put together by these high schools and the coaches of these programs.
Yeah, and some of the big things that I've been looking ahead at with high school sports is just kind of like I know they've had a lot of discussion on the NIL. That's something that everybody's really like keeping an eye on, and obviously with the way Florida is designed, oh, got to run.
And that'll get the run in. RBI for Olivia Miller. And we got ourselves a tie ball game.
Well, and here we go. We're back to 0-0 basically. So I mean, I just feel like it's going to come down really at the end. It's so cliche, but the way this game is going, the way these pitchers are pitching, it'll come down to the very end. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see how this all plays out in the next few innings. But I mean, really good softball.
So first and third situation, hard hit ball that's going to get passed into left field. And Springstead has battled back and taken a 2-1 lead. So we're going to mark that as a RBI single for Sarah Tipton. Putting runners now on first and second for Alexis Adelman.
Will, something surprising to me right now is like the inning extending like this, some hits. Yeah, it's been kind of fast the first two, I'd say 2.5 innings, and then this is kind of surprising to me that it's kind of elongated in terms of Springstead's at bat. And here we go again.
Yeah, and the runner's going to hold at third.
Got bases loaded.
So a single for Adelman.
Well,
And Jug Olmsted's going to take a trip to the mound. That'll give us a little bit more opportunity to talk
absolutely.
about some of the things that you're working on, Andy. Again, Andy Villamarzo. While we're in the middle of our discussion, tell everybody where they can find your content, Andy.
You can go to scorebooklive.com. They find all the content. Heck, I think I've posted 8 stories just today. So kind of speaks to how busy I am on a day-to-day basis. And we got everything that's going on right now: baseball, softball, girls flag football is really doing well, especially in Hernando County. Springstead's
That's right.
girls team has really impressed so far. So their team I've really kind of kept my eye on, and just Hernando County having girls flag football, I really feel like is hopefully it'll goes over to Pasco County because I see that they don't have flag football yet, and I think it's a growing sport and it's really catching on and everywhere all around the state. So I've been doing a lot of coverage with girls flag.
And it's great to get all these young athletes the exposure and really bring more attention to the sport. Like you said, it's in its infant stages for the girls flag football, but we've seen tremendous enthusiasm here locally, and we hope to carry it out regionally. And again, you can follow Andy Villamarzo for all of his content. He really gives you the depth that you're looking for in these stories, the how and the why, and you really don't want to miss it. So we'd like to thank Andy for joining us here this evening. So check out his content on SB Live and all of his other platforms. You can find him on Twitter as well. So thanks again, Andy, and we appreciate you coming on.
Hey, well, thank you. Anytime.
Again, Andy Villamarzo, check out his content on SB Live. He's going to have a write-up of tonight's ball game. You're not going to want to miss that. And Jason, wow, what action we've had going on here.
Yeah, I was sitting back watching while Andy was talking, and it's just phenomenal how these girls are just battling. Scores has changed, plays are being made, and we'll see what we got here at the Nest.
Yeah, this might be the statement inning here for Springstead.
Well, if Haley Brown can punch it right here, this may be something that we need.
And Ross able to battle back a huge strikeout for Nature Coast.
Yeah, well, like we said earlier, she is not an average freshman. She knows what she's doing. She's pitched a lot of games in the travel ball sector. She knows what's going on. She knows what's at stake. Sharks need to take a bite right here.
Gabby McInerney steps in. And she'll take the first pitch strike from Ross.
Will, one thing I've noticed is the shifting of the Sharks. I don't know if they're swimming in uncharted waters or they know what they're doing.
Count runs even. 1-1 strike. 2 runs have crossed this inning. And still bases loaded for the Eagles, looking to put together a big inning. Hard hit ball up the middle. That's going to get through. A run will score. RBI single for Gabby McInerney. And the Eagles have started to open things up here at Springstead.
Well, like we said earlier, Will, they're going to protect the nest, and I think that's what they're doing. What a beautiful night tonight to play softball here in Spring Hill, Florida.
Absolutely. Beautiful temperature, clear skies, low 70-degree temperatures. The wind's kind of died down, so that's going to help the ball carry a little bit more.
Looks like we have a substitution coming in, Will, number 37 for 14.
Okay, let's make that change. That's going to be Kendall Whistling coming in. First pitch misses for ball 1. We're showing that we're back in the green, so the buffering should be gone. Thank you, Jax, for the comment. We think we have it all worked out now. Thank you for your patience on that. 2-0. Popped up. Ross has to charge, makes a diving grab for out number 3, but not before the Eagles take advantage of their opportunity. And they put together one heck of an inning. It's going to take us to the 4th. 1 run on 3 hits for Nature Coast. We got 3 runs on 5 hits for Springstead. Don't go anywhere. We got a ball game on GCSN.
One of the reasons we've been so successful at Divinity Med Spa is because we understand what people are looking for. They want to look rested, refreshed, good for their age. We can accomplish this by treatments such as Botox, filler, lasers, and an array of facials, all by a team of trusted experts. This is Divinity, Hernando County's only locally owned and operated med spa. Come see us. We can't wait to meet you.
For a new level of attention, insight, and capability, contact the trusted team at Nautilus Financial Group.
So we move to the 4th inning. The 4th days is the Glory Days inning. Glory Days has been partnering with the Gulf Coast Sports Network since 2020, with us for 4 solid years, sponsoring the Glory Days Player of the Game. We certainly appreciate their support and all that they do in the local community here at Glory Days in Brooksville. So be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter at GCSN Broadcasts. We'll be featuring the Glory Days Player of the Game here tonight that will be selected by our own Jason Cephas, and they'll be featured on our Facebook and Twitter pages at GCSN Broadcasts. Leading off the inning is going to be, looks like we might have a pinch hitter.
Pinch hitter.
Or no, actually we got
Change the lineup.
We just got a little mixed up on our lineup there. Carly Anselmo to lead things off. And as we get caught up on the count here, 2 balls, no strikes for Anselmo. Fastball high and away. Have to imagine that Anselmo will be taking the entire way here, Jason.
Yeah, I think she's going to go ahead and see if she can strike a little rally here.
Miller battles right back down Main Street to get the called strike. Checks it up, but did go all the way around.
Yeah, he called her right back. He's right here on it. Umpire saw her, called her right back to the batter's box.
That's going to run the count full. Payoff pitch between Miller and Anselmo.
3-2 pitch.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. Miller gets the strikeout. And out number 1 in the books for the Eagles here in the top of the 4th inning. Now for Haley Keene. Fastball upstairs. Wow. What velocity on that
Whew.
ball.
I mean, I know the wind went down, but I could feel that from here. Phew.
Nice placement on that outer half. Miller up in the count, keen to protect.
Low and away. She's trying to work her. She's trying to work this count. That's all that.
And the 2-2.
Got it.
Call strike 3 on the outer half. Miller gets the second strikeout of the inning. And 2 quick outs on the board.
Well, Will, this isn't the night to watch a pitch go through. If it looks good, you're going to have to smack it, especially with these Eagles. These Eagles want to protect the nest.
And we've got pitcher versus pitcher right now. Cameron Ross now in the box.
Freshman versus freshman.
Fastball misses high. That's right, you talk about those middle school programs that we were talking about earlier, Jason. These two faced off against each other plenty of times last year. Powell versus Parrott.
Yes, sir. Dual championships. Both of these girls have their self one of them. Olivia at Parrott and Cam Ross at Powell. Again, both two middle school programs that are very dominant here in the middle school sector.
We'll actually have Powell on our broadcast tomorrow as they take on South Sumner Middle School. You can catch that live on the Gulf Coast Sports Network starting at 5:50.
Looks like a little bit of a cat and mouse game, Will, going on. Batter versus pitcher, freshman versus freshman.
Miller delivers ground ball over to Savarese at second, knocks it down, makes the toss in time for out number 3. So the Eagles able to sit down the Sharks in order. That's going to take us to the bottom of the 4th. Still a 3-1 ball game. Advantage Eagles. We'll be back right after this on the Gulf Coast Sports Network.
That could have been damaging.
Welcome to the Clubhouse, Tampa Bay's premier baseball and softball training facility. Our 11,000 square foot training facility features rentable cages and bullpen lanes, along with the newest technology such as HitTrax and Rapsodo, baseball and softball pitching machines, full gym, and plyo area, all to keep you at the top of your game. We also have a fully stocked baseball and softball pro shop carrying the biggest brands such as Marucci, Rawlings, Easton, DeMarini, Wilson, and many more. If you're in need of training, we also have the area's top professional instructors offering hitting, pitching, fielding, and strength instruction for both baseball and softball players. From youth to professional athletes, the clubhouse has you covered. We are conveniently located 1 mile east of the Suncoast Parkway on Spring Hill Drive. Stop in and check us out.
The past 5 years, I haven't ran because I just believed that my body was on the decline, that the pain that I was experiencing was not tolerable enough for me to go out and run. And the day that he adjusted me, I felt that relief and I felt like I could actually put on my cleats again.
Coach, I think he's just an assistant coach who works out.
We're in the home half of the 4th inning. Top of the order due up for Springstead. That's going to be Rachel Rivera who steps in. She's 1 for 2 on the evening.
Yeah, well, she had a shot her last bet up to really spark that nest crew over here. We'll see what she's got.
That's right, a big 3rd inning for Springstead, able to turn this game around and take the 3-1 lead. Fouls that one straight back. Ross has now crossed the 70 pitch mark. Fly ball to center field that's going to drop in front of Eland. So another single. Nice piece of hitting by Rachel Rivera to lead off runner aboard for Springstead.
Well, that starts the birds out the nest. We'll see who comes up next, but it looks like it's the sister duo.
That's right. Ava Miller now steps in. She's 1 for 2 on the night with a single. Again, part of that big third inning that we were talking about earlier.
There it is.
Hard hit ball to left. Drops in front of Garcia. That's going to get past. That could mean another run. And it will. Rivera will score. And motoring into third will be Miller.
Well, Will, that was a huge hit. Unfortunately, an error out in the left field caused an extra run to come in.
Yeah, so we're going to call that a single with an error to allow the additional advancement. But Miller does get credit for that RBI, and a big one at that. It now opens things up for Springstead. Brings up Liberty Savaries.
Seems to me, Will, they're getting their timing down with this pitcher. The Eagles are starting to get their timing.
Yeah, you've now gone through the lineup at least twice for the majority of the batters so far, so you can make those in-game adjustments that you're looking for. As the count now goes to 2-0. Fly ball to right center field. And that's going to drop in. Another run roll cross. RBI single for Liberty Savaries, and the Eagles have got something cooking.
Well, it looks like the Eagles have found the, as they say in the ocean, the honey hole where all the sharks are swimming. Unfortunately, the Sharks are not coming up to bite. Coach is out to the mound, having a huddle. It looks like the bullpen. They're going to the bullpen, Will. Maybe time.
Yeah, it looks like we are going to have that change in the circle. So we're going to go ahead and take a break. We'll come back with the pitching change and give you all an update right after this.
Navy SEAL veteran and endurance athlete Don Mann pushed his body to the limit and tried regenerative medicine when all other options failed.
It's unbelievable. I just assumed I was going to be in pain forever. And I've been in pain since the 80s. Now I'm running and riding a bicycle faster than I have in 7 years. Even my vision is better. I'm 100% pain-free right now. And I don't take any medications.
Call Aligned Integrative Medicine for exam and x-rays to see if you qualify for regenerative treatment.
Welcome to the Clubhouse, Tampa Bay's premier baseball and softball training facility. Our 11,000 square foot training facility features rentable cages and bullpen lanes, along with the newest technology such as HitTrax and Rapsodo, baseball and softball pitching machines, full gym, and plyo area, all to keep you at the top of your game. We also have a fully stocked baseball and softball pro shop carrying the biggest brands such as Marucci, Rawlings, Easton, DeMarini, Wilson, and many more. If you're in need of training, we also have the area's top professional instructors offering.
So we're back to live action now after the pitching change. Izzy Miller now into the game for Nature Coast. Olivia Miller at bat.
Starts off hot, the changeup.
So I guess it's fair to say we can call it Miller time tonight. We've got both Millers in the circle.
I love it. Absolutely fantastic.
Fastball away. Two runs have crossed for Springstead so far this inning. Savarese on first after getting an RBI a short time ago.
I tell you, Will, by the amount of money in this stadium that these girls put towards travel ball, we could probably build 2 new stadiums here in Spring Hill.
Well, as we can see, it's certainly paying off with the talent that we're seeing here tonight.
Definitely. It's definitely paying off. It's good to see exposure for girls high school softball.
Hitters count for Olivia Miller, 3-1. Izzy Miller able to battle back to work the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Big payoff pitch, Miller and Miller. And Izzy Miller battles back to get a big strikeout for Nature Coast.
Yeah, that's a statement right there by the freshman. That's a statement saying that the Sharks are still here hunting.
1 out now in the inning for Sarah Tipton. She's reached base every time she's been up tonight. She also has an RBI to her name. Another nice changeup from Izzy Miller.
Yeah, both Nature Coast will. Both pitchers have a fantastic changeup that they'll throw any time that they can. And come right back with the heat.
Right on that outer half. Quickly 0-2. Tipton's got to protect. Misses outside of the zone. I got to say, though, I like the spot on that pitch. Good discipline by Tipton to lay off, though. Whenever you're up in the count like that, you have that throwaway pitch where you try to get the batter to chase. That's going to get away. Savarese makes it in standing up.
And that's unfortunate right there. That's a mistake you don't want to have at this time of the game. But let's see if they bounce back with the defense.
And the 2-2 offering. Called on the outside corner, strike 3, a big-time strikeout for Miller.
Will, I don't know if they saw it at home, but we saw it here live. That frame by the catcher was perfect.
Right, a great job by Villari behind the plate there. 2 outs now in the inning for Alexis Adelman. She's 1 for 2 on the evening. And she had a single.
Looks like Izzy Miller has several bags of tricks in her pitching count.
A correction, or no? Disregard.
Well, one thing I haven't seen is I haven't seen a lot of shifting anymore by the Sharks. It looks like they're in their positions, and they're going to go ahead and wait and see what comes to Chum.
Yeah, I agree, Jason. It seems like they're just playing Springstead more straight up, and it might have had a lot to do with that third inning when Springstead just inside pitch they pulled, outside pitch they went the other way. So just playing them straight up now.
Yeah, it looked like a coach's discretion, but I think he's now just going to play small ball and solid ball back.
Hitters count now for Adelman. Foul ball out of play. We got a payoff pitch coming now between Miller and Adelman. 3-2 with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. That's Savarese. Fastball down Main Street.
big pitch by the freshman, Will. Big pitch to come and get them out of that inning. That could have been dangerous.
Well, what's not dangerous is heading to the fifth in one heck of a ball game. 5-1 advantage Eagles over the Sharks. We've got 2 more to go. You're not going to want to miss it on the Gulf Coast Sports Network.
Preparing for that next step in life isn't always easy. At Nautilus Financial Group, our combination of experience, professionalism, and access to a wide variety of products and services to help meet all of your financial goals. For a new level of attention, insight, and capability, contact the trusted team at Nautilus Financial Group.
When you play football, you develop this mentality that, you know, you can withstand anything. You're Mr. Tough Guy. So years I had been battling. I was just excited to finally meet someone who knew what I was going through, who saw my pain, to think that in a matter of one treatment, and it got better and better as I began to get treatments throughout the month. You know, why would you deal with this pain for another day?
That worked early.
Top of the 5th inning. 5-1 Eagles over the Sharks. 8-9-1 due up for Nature Coast. It's going to be Garcia, Noguez, and Sentner. Zoe Garcia to lead things off here for Nature Coast.
Yeah, Will, it's going to be interesting to see if they go to the small ball back again. That was kind of their bread and butter at first couple innings. They shied away from it. Let's see.
Infield is in as Garcia fouls that one away.
Oh, no. Yeah.
And that'll miss away to run the count even. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, I must say the sun has officially gone to sleep. It is a beautiful night. The moon is out. The girls are healthy.
And the temperatures dropped a little bit, but not too badly. Really is a great evening. Of course, we're happy that you're joining us here on GCSN, but if you're able to come out and support these girls in person, you know, we certainly support. Just go to our YouTube channel, find the game of your choice, and it's going to be right there for you. I believe the count's 2-2. The scoreboard here says 3-1. That one gets fouled away.
You know, one thing I've noticed from both dugouts is everyone is really now focused on the game. Not a lot of cheering, not a lot of rah-rah. Everyone's really focused. Coach is giving quite some signals here at third base.
Miller winds and delivers, slap down that third base line, but in foul territory.
Protect that plate. Of course, as I say it, the dugouts start to get rowdy. These girls are something else. 3-2 pitch coming.
That's right, payoff for Miller and Garcia. Slaps that one down past the diving Miller at third. Gets past in left field. Garcia.
That's extra bases, Will.
Motoring. She's going to go into third. And a big-time hit by Zoe Garcia.
Yeah, Will, that may be the spark the Sharks need. Looks like a hard hit ball right past the third baseman. Squealed through the left fielder's legs. That's extra bases.
And that's going to bring up Lily Noguez. Fastball. Right back up the middle. Savarese up with it. Tosses to McInerney at first.
RBI.
That's right. Springstead will gladly trade the out for the run. But an RBI off the ground out from Noguez. And the Sharks have pulled it within 3. Top of the order now, Ashlyn Sentner. But she got jammed on that one.
Yeah, looks like Miller's still bringing that heat, Will.
That's right. Miller closing in on 80 pitches at 77 currently, but really no signs of fatigue that we can see.
Yeah, these girls play all Saturday, all Sunday. They got endurance.
Bunt down that third baseline. Miller all over it in foul territory. Quickly 0-2.
Bullpen for the Eagles is quiet. Looks like they're going to stay with Olivia for these quarters, for these innings.
And that'll miss high.
Boy, the crowd has given the umpire a little bit of a tongue lashing. They wanted that one to be a strike, Will. Looks like he said no. It's going to make them work.
And that'll miss upstairs also. Count runs even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sentner doing a good job knowing the zone. Miller trying to get the chase. And that's going to come inside again. And now we got a full count.
Come on, Ash. Watch that high and outside.
Slaps that one foul. Batter is out. The ruling that she stepped outside of the box when contact was made.
That hurts. That hurts.
So that's going to be the second out of the inning. And bring up Kenzie Eland. 1 for 2 on the evening. She's got a single.
Yeah, Will. Ealing's been pretty solid in this kind of a situation. She sits back, lets it roll, and lets her talent speak.
One attempt, beautiful bunt. Miller charges, fires to McInerney first in time. A bang, bang play. Miller to McInerney comes through for out number 3. And just like that, the threat is over. And we're going to go to the home half of the 5th. The Sharks able to add 1. 2 runs, 4 hits, an error for Nature Coast. 5 runs on 6 hits for Springstead. We'll be back right after this.
One of the reasons we've been so successful at Divinity Med Spa is because we understand what people are looking for. They want to look rested, refreshed, good for their age. We can accomplish this by treatments such as Botox, filler, lasers, and an array of facials, all by a team of trusted experts. This is Divinity, Hernando County's only locally owned and operated med spa. Come see us. We can't wait to meet you.
We move to the bottom of the fifth inning. Sharks able to add one in the top half, but they still trail by 3. Eagles looking for some insurance here in the home half. Got 7, 8, 9 due up for the Eagles. It's going to be Brown, McInerney, and Ortega. Izzy Miller starts upstairs, missing for ball 1.
Sorry, I was going to say, Will, you know, these Eagles have talents and the Sharks have teeth, but right now it's a battle.
That's what you love about these rivalry games. You know, you really doesn't matter. You kind of throw the records out the window. You know, you have the bragging rights. You know, and both teams want it.
Yeah, and this is not the game to sit and watch. This is a game that you're going to have to go after these pitches. These pitchers are going to try to pitch in and out and all over. And once it comes down the pipeline, it's time to make a move.
Right back up the middle. Keen up with it, fires to Corrigan at first. 4-3 in your scorebook. If you're scoring at home, we know you are. For out number 1.
That's outstanding play. She took that pretty deep behind second base, was able to turn her body and throw. That's just discipline in the outfield.
1 out now for Gabby McInerney. She's 1 for 2 on the evening with an RBI. Also done a great job at first base for the Eagles.
Looked like that ball got a little loose and went a little away. She's picking the heat.
And the 2-0. Big cut by McInerney, but Miller able to get it by. Miller's lucky there was no contact on that one.
She was swinging for the fences. We thought maybe we'd have a camera buster.
Don't say that. We don't want the bad juju for the camera buster. We've had some close calls. Popped up again.
We got a battle at the plate. Battle in the circle.
Again fouled away.
Yeah, she's seeing some real good pitches.
And that'll miss away.
Ball low.
And that'll be ball 4. Sorry for the delay on that. Our program froze for a second there, but we're good. So it looks like Ortega is going to come back in, so we need to make that switch quickly. We're actually not able to make that change. We apologize. The program's not letting us do it. That one gets fouled back. So we apologize. We're not able to run our graphic at the moment. It's Ortega now up to bat.
I check that. They're going to check that swing right there. They're going to check that swing. Outfield umpire says no go.
Count goes to 2-1.
Looks like patience as a batter may be the recipe here to put these Sharks away. As you say, Will, batters count. 3-1.
Fouled straight back, out of play. We're showing that we might be having buffering again. We apologize if that's the case. Called strike 3. That's going to bring the top of the lineup up. We're going to go ahead and get our backup transmitter going here. So bear with us here. Rachel Rivera now up. First pitch misses away for ball 1.
Hard hit down second base line. Stand up single for Rachel Rivera.
So here come the Eagles again. And with that hit, Rachel Rivera's put herself in for a real fine evening tonight at the plate.
Yeah.
Now going to bring up Ava Miller. And we're just waiting for our new transmitter to boot up. We're going to switch over to it. We're very sorry that we're having these buffering issues. Bunt. Miller up with it. Fires over to first in time for out number 3. Nature Coast able to get out of the jam. And that's going to take us to the 6th. Not going to want to miss the conclusion of this one. We've got ourselves a ball game. 5-2 advantage Eagles over the Sharks.
Looks like Corrigan's coming up first. as a
We're in the sixth. Outs are now at a premium if you're a Nature Coast Shark. They got 6 more outs to work with to try to get back at least 3 runs, while the Eagles are going to try to put this ball game away.
Yeah, well, you're looking at some rough waters for the Sharks, but again, I think if this batter here, Caitlin Corrigan, is able to punch something, which she usually does, that may start them off on a good run.
3, 4, 5 batters due up this inning. Corrigan, Valari, and Anselmo. Caitlin Corrigan now up to bat. She is 1 for 2 on the evening. A single and an RBI in the column for Caitlin tonight. Also done well over at first base. Grounder over to third. Miller up with it. Fires to first. McInerney with the stretch. And out number 1 is quickly in the books. One out now for Gianna Valari. Been on base both times she's been up. She's got a single and a walk. Fouls that one away. Wow, some bat speed on that, Jason.
He almost hit that one to the concession stand foul.
Miller with the 0-1 offering.
Whoa, high and away. Nobody on base. You know, with the moisture in the air, it seemed like that ball just got away.
Yeah. Definitely seemed to be a grip more than a release point issue.
Yeah.
Down the first baseline, just out of reach, but in foul territory.
That's one of those hits right there that could be detrimental. It starts a rally. Umpire calls timeout for the ball being wet.
Yep. Good call there, Jason. Right on top of that one. And you're right, we talked earlier about what a beautiful day it was, and we've got this temperature drop here now, and with the clear skies, you might start to be getting that dew on the outfield grass. Right back up the middle, and Valari adds to her hit total tonight. She's got another single, 2 for 2, and a runner on for Nature Coast.
This could be the rally they're looking for.
One out runner aboard now for Carly Anselmo. Miller gets the swing and the miss.
Did you do that?
Foul tip in the mitt. Good squeeze by Rivera behind the plate there. Quickly, 0-2. And Salmo looking to protect. Miller wants that punch-out pitch. Line drive, that's going to get through.
Uh-oh, that's trouble.
So a good piece of hitting by Anselmo to fight that one off. She'll get the single. Put 2 runners on for Nature Coast. And they're trying to get a rally started as the tying run now steps to the plate. And that's represented by Haley Keene. Keene getting some coaching from Coach Olmstead over there over at third. Possibly some situational strategy here, Jason.
Yeah, it seems like he's trying to put in something as far as a pull or a push, and maybe that's going to be able to get them around the bases.
Looks like the Springstead infield is in slightly.
Yep. Outfield shifted. Possible push.
Fastball gets by. Great velocity by Miller in these later innings, approaching pitch 100 at 93 currently, but no signs of slowing down.
Yes, sir. She is firing in there for the Eagles.
Back up the middle.
Uh-oh, bobble.
Savarese knocks it down.
He calls that safe, Will. That bobble calls it safe.
And the hustle by Haley Keene pays off. And it's going to load the bases for Springstead.
Look who's up. The freshman.
And we're going to mark that a single, as that was kind of a tough play, kind of in between first and second there. That was a tough play to get to. And there's going to be a conference in the circle, and we'll check in with one of our sponsors.
Reasons we've been so successful at Divinity Med Spa is because we understand what people are looking for. They want to look good for their age. We can accomplish this by treatments such as Botox, filler, lasers, and an array of facials. Hernando County's only locally owned and operated med spa. Come see us.
So here we go. Bases loaded, one out. Tying run now on first. And
we got ourselves a ball game. Izzy Miller's up to the plate.
And she's going to bunt that ball. The run will score. The run will score. Out made it first.
It's a heads-up play by the pitcher.
So the Sharks have now pulled to within 2. That's going to bring up Zoe Garcia, 2 for 2 tonight with a single and a triple.
I tell you what, Will, a strong hit somewhere is going to score 2 girls in there here.
I got to agree with you, Jason. I think they're going to go for it here if they get that opportunity. Of course, there's Miller at third. And that's going to get away. 2 runs will come in, and we've got a tie ball game.
Oh, that was a killer error on the Eagles, Will. Something that's unheard of for their program right now.
The 2 runs will come in. And we've got a tie game as the Sharks have put up 3 this inning. The lead run now on first, represented by Zoe Garcia. Brings up the freshman Lily Noguez. Lily 0 for 2 on the night, but she does have a big RBI on one of those ground outs.
Oh.
Grounder over to first.
Tough ball.
Great job by Savarese to range to her left and make the toss for the out. And it puts an end to the inning, but not before the Sharks bite back. It's going to take us to the bottom of the 6th. 5 runs on 5 hits, an error for Nature Coast. 5 runs on 6 hits, an error for Springstead. We told you this was a rivalry game. We got a great matchup coming up next.
Welcome to the Clubhouse, Tampa Bay's premier baseball and softball training facility. Our 11,000 square foot training facility features rentable cages and bullpen lanes, along with the newest technology such as HitTrax and Rapsodo, baseball and softball pitching machines, full gym, and plyo area, all to keep you at the top of your game. We also have a fully stocked baseball and softball pro shop carrying the biggest brands such as Marucci, Rawlings, Easton, DeMarini, Wilson, and many more. If you're in need of training, we also have the area's top professional instructors offering hitting, pitching, fielding, and strength instruction for both baseball and softball players. From youth to professional athletes, the clubhouse has you covered. We are conveniently located 1 mile east of the Suncoast Parkway on Spring Hill Drive. Stop in and check us out.
But again, I still feel I'm still going the
What a
same way.
ball game we've got going on here. All tied up at 5. Leading off the inning is going to be Liberty Savaries. Hard hit ball, foul ball.
Yeah, boy, that ball left here in a hurry.
The Sharks able to put up a 3 spot in the top half of the inning to tie the score. But the Eagles have certainly shown themselves capable. They're going to try to take back that lead right now.
Well, again, we have some leadership coming in at the plate. So if she punches this in, this may be a good stump to the Eagles.
Off-speed pitch right back up the middle. Corralled by Miller. She'll make the toss to Corrigan. Pitcher to first base for out number 1. Now going to bring up the pitcher, Olivia Miller, who's 2 for 3 tonight. 2 singles and an RBI. And has done a wonderful job in the circle for Springstead.
Yeah, let's see if she can get herself around the bases.
Changeup drops in low, 2-0.
Inside pitch. Got her on the inside pitch.
Oh, a ball ball, and the runner is safe.
Well, that can be some waves in the water right there. Haven't seen that happen in a high school game in a minute.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those plays where it came a little bit too easy, and a great hustle play by Miller, and you kind of had that last second panic. Runner on.
Yeah, it looks like the coach is going to call a timeout for Springstead to figure out what went on over there. Maybe a little interference or something.
Well, the ruling that we saw, well, I mean, clearly there was a bobble there, and the ruling was safe at first.
It looks like they're just trying to calm each other down. Looks like the Sharks are going to huddle up and try to get back to focus.
And the umpires are going to conference here.
Got Mr. Coach Schwarta on the field asking the umpires.
And we're going to have the courtesy runner come in. Looks like that's Kenzie Nestor again, taking over at first base. Now for Sarah Tipton. Tipton 1 for 2 tonight with an RBI to her credit. She also has a walk.
Boy, Nestor had a good jump on that last pitch.
Nestor's a fast runner. We might see Springstead try to make their move here. Only 3 outs remained for the Nature Coast offense. You got 5 outs left for Springstead, so. Rising fly over the head of Elin at center. That could score one. Nestor's going to be held at third. A big-time double for Sarah Tipton. She really got a hold of that one, Jason.
Yeah, she did. She really timed that perfect, and I think with Coach Wardow holding her at third might have been the best thing he could do for these two.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to make the lead out at home, that's for sure.
Well, with only one out, you're going to put yourself in jeopardy. So we'll see here what the Sharks have brewed up. Looks like runners on second and third. Conference with the coach. And last time I checked, Gabby has put one over the outfield wall there, Will.
So Coach Swart out with the words of wisdom for Alexis Adelman, who now steps in. 1 for 3 on the night is Adelman. Fastball connects on that outside corner.
Way to come right back at it. Big hit, comes back with the right for the pitch, and she's a freshman.
Infield is in. Bunt is showing, beautiful bunt. Miller up with it and gets in under the tag is Nestor.
Looks like we have a pickle here. The pitcher's not in the mound. Third base is running.
Now that the ball's gotten in the circle, that's going to put an end to the potential advancement, but an RBI for Alexis Adelman.
I'll tell you right now, Will, I didn't see that coming. I thought she would swing for the fences. Swardall met with her, put a bunt in play. Great strategy move for the Eagles.
And it pays off in spades as the Eagles have retaken the lead. Runners now on the corners with 1 out in the inning.
There's a huddle at the tank.
Likely going over the first and third scenario that we have here in front of us now, Jason, because if you're the Sharks, you cannot afford to let that runner score from third.
You're right. That's just going to open up the can.
And I have a feeling the Eagles know that. And we'll see Adelman in motion likely.
This looks like freshman Haley Brown coming up to the plate. See what she can do for the Eagles.
Brown looking to try to join the hit parade tonight. Nice cut, but Miller gets it by for strike 1.
Interesting, Will, that he did not send that runner to try to draw that throw to second. Seems like Sharks were really disciplined to hold that throw.
Yeah, infield's still in for Nature Coast, trying to cut off that run at home.
Good stop by the catcher.
Yeah, great job by Villari. To your point exactly, Jason, not only to make the stop, but to take the steps out to the circle to basically say, don't even think about it.
Yeah.
Last offering comes in low. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 on, 1 out. Springstead has battled right back to take the lead away from the tie ball game with Nature Coast. And here we go. Hitters count. This is going to be a big pitch here. This might be the ball game right here.
Yeah. Yeah, Izzy's really moving that ball around, trying to get those strikes, and nothing's biting. Let's see if she can go for the hunt.
Brown fouls that one away. Good contact on that ball by Brown. And here we go. Payoff pitch and a big one.
Again, Will, we talked about that ball getting wet. If it hits that ground out in the outfield, it's going to roll.
And that's going to miss low for ball 4. Great discipline by Brown. And that will load the bases for Springstead. Here comes a big opportunity for Springstead. Gabby McInerney steps to the plate.
Miller's not careful. This could go out.
And that was a home run cut right there by McInerney.
Yeah, she could feel that one coming, but the ball just sneaked to the outside. Miller seems dialed in, Will. As a freshman, this is what you want, and this is what you don't want.
1 for 2 tonight for McInerney. She's got an RBI and a walk also. Hard hit ball to Anselmo. They're going to go home with it. The force play is in effect. A great job by Villari to secure that ball, making sure that she has that contact with the plate.
Yeah, that ball was thrown into the ground. Velarde didn't block it. It could have been some trouble. Looks like we have a little bit of a hiccup on first base.
So that'll be the second out of the inning.
That was a big out right there, Will. To protect that plate and get that sure out at home plate preserves just the one up on them. Well, we knew coming in this was going to be a battle. We knew it. And this is something that I hope at home everyone's enjoying. Because here live it's been fantastic.
It certainly has. And there's a hard hit by Brown. Gets through. Or rather, that was Ortega. I apologize. Ortega with a big-time RBI single. And that's a big-time insurance run for Springstead.
Yeah, Will, that could be the glue that keeps this puzzle together. The nest is being protected.
And that's going to bring up Rachel Rivera. We apologize. Our graphics program is giving us a problem again. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to put up any more graphics for Springstead. We'll try to fix it if we can. Popped up by
that could
Rivera.
Be a drop. Oh.
Keane goes back on it and makes the grab.
Boy, that was close, Will. We could have had a collision there at center field. It looks like somebody called her off and the other girl didn't hear it.
Yeah, luckily everything is okay. And here we go. We're going to go to the 7th. This is it. The Sharks need 2. If Springstead can shut them down, they'll take home the victory. We'll be back for the conclusion right after this.
Certainly I'm an avid golfer, been, golf usually weekly, play a lot with my wife.
With the repetitive motion, as you know, with a lot of golfers, it's an unnatural motion that you put your body through.
After suffering for years with shoulder pain, Mike chose stem cell therapy as an alternative to surgery.
I'm just excited because patients that have been paying for years that are now doing the things that they want to do, and Mike's just going to be adding to that list.
Call Aligned Integrative Medicine for exam and x-rays to see if you qualify for stem cell treatment.
Welcome back to the 7th inning. What a ball game we've got going on here. It's the top of the 7th, so this is the last opportunity for the Sharks. They got to get to Jason or the Springstead with great wherewithal and finesse tonight. It keeps battling back at every threat they get. They've retaken the lead and now hold a 2-run advantage. But if the Sharks are going to try to come back, they got the top of the order to do it. Ashlyn Sentner to lead things off.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Will. This is crunch time now. This is where we got to eat. If they don't eat here, then the Sharks go home.
Oh, mark it.
Yep.
Miller ahead in the count. Able to connect on that first pitch strike to Sentner. Fouls that one away.
So far.
0-2 the count. Sentner going to try to protect. Miller going to try to get the strikeout. As she's now thrown her 100th pitch, and 101 is a strikeout.
Ooh, you wouldn't think she was pitching this whole game, Will. She is throwing smoke at the end.
That she is. That's going to bring up Kenzie Eland. 1 for 3 on the evening with a single. She's going to try to get a rally going for Nature Coast.
Well, if anybody best to do it, it's Elin.
Miller winds and offers, fouled away.
Elin had a good idea. She wanted to go opposite field with that one. With her speed, she'd be easily standing on second, maybe possibly third. Sharks aren't going away. They want to win this one. They're not going away.
That's right. It's been a back and forth battle the entire game. You'd expect nothing less here tonight. Down that third base line, but foul territory.
Well, one thing I've been noticing is Rachel Revere behind the plate is actually calling the pitches right now for this last little bit. So that's something as a sophomore to pick up on your shoulders is something that I think is pretty honorable.
Absolutely. It's certainly a sign of encouragement and confidence from your coach, that's for sure. Hard hit ball over to Miller at third. That's going to get through. Adelman backs it up, but there's no play to be had. We're going to mark that as an infield single, as that was a hot shot over to that hot corner. And runner on for Nature Coast.
Well, yeah, Will, that's what I was saying. Elin, she has that hard bat, that slap. She's a lefty. She's quick. She put that right over that third baseman.
It's going to bring up Caitlin Corrigan.
She gets a hold of one here, Will. This could be trouble for the Eagles.
1 for 3 tonight with an RBI. Misses outside of the zone.
Mm-hmm.
Fly ball left field. Coming in on it and making the grab is Ortega.
That was a tricky one. That ball was hanging for a minute. I didn't know if it was going to come down from the atmosphere.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing there, Jason. A little bit extra hang on that ball, but a great read by Ortega, tracking it all the way to the glove for out number 2. And the Sharks are now down to their last out. It's going to bring up Gianna Villari.
Just a hit here could score somebody.
She's 2 for 2 tonight. Also has a walk. Done a great job behind the plate. That one gets away from Rivera. And a nice heads-up play by Eland. She's going to take second.
Yeah, it looks like Rachel's asking for a new ball. Looks like the ball's starting to get wet. Runner in scoring position.
That's right. Villari represents the tying run.
Big lead by second base.
Yeah, Sentner's ready, or Eland's ready to pounce, that's for sure. Villari showing the bunt early.
Uh-oh.
Pulls back. Fly ball to
that
center.
Could be it. That is
right field. Savarese camps under it to go record out number 3, and that's going to be the ball game. Springstead takes it home with a 7-5 victory over Nature Coast. Now let's send it over to Jason Cephas for our Glory Days Player of the Game. Jason, who you got?
Yeah, I have right now Rachel Revere. She did outstanding behind the plate. She did outstanding with her batting, and I really feel that that's something that number 26 Rachel Revere is a player of the game.
So congratulations to Rachel Rivera getting it done at the plate and behind the plate tonight for the Springstead Eagles, pulling out a 7-5 victory. We sure hope you enjoyed the ball game tonight. For Jason Cephas, I'm Will Wilkie. We'll see you next time.
Well, yeah, just give me 1 second.